Hi, everyone. I've heard that you have received a lot of information regarding the ORE and LDS, and I'm here to explain regarding it. And I will explain which one is better to choose. Okay, I will clearly explain the difference between the ORE and LDS, and then we'll take it from there. There are two pathways available for overseas qualified dentists to get registration with the GDC. The General Dental Council, they conduct two exams. One is known as the ORE and one is known as the LDS. Okay, ORE is designed to test the candidates about the application of knowledge to clinical practice. So it is a computer-based exam. It contains two parts, paper A and paper B. It's a 2-day exam. So it's not a 1-day exam, it's a 2-day exam where you have a part A and a part B, and it is 3 hours in a day. Whereas in LDS, you have a single exam, okay? So it is a paper-based exam. It's not a computer-based exam. It's a paper-based exam. It has a morning and an afternoon section, so it's about 6 to 7 hours. So it's quite a lengthy one, and it's more applied science, okay? So the studying pattern is somewhat similar for ORE and LDS Part 1, but except that it is more of clinical-based applications. And the next thing, what you need to know is when you're giving the Part 1, the exam is only present one time in a year. Like for ORE, you have it 2 times in a year. This one, it is present only in 1 time in a year. So it comes either in, most of the time it's in April. The dates open, the application open around September, and all the documents, everything need to be sent through online. Okay, and once you send all the application, it needs to be received. It's you don't need to send it by post, so it's everything online. Once they receive it, they will confirm whether you have received the application back. Okay, and each exam, whether it's ORE or LDS, it's a 5-year validity, and it can last like you have at least 4 attempts. Okay, for the Part 1. Okay, when it comes to Part 2, okay, it is somewhat similar for ORE and LDS. The exam is somewhat similar. It's a 3-day exam. You have 3 parts. Okay, so first part is definitely the mannequin section. Then you have the OSCE section, and you have the medical emergencies. Okay, and it is very important for LDS that you have to clear the medical emergency. You will not pass the exam without passing the medical emergencies. Whereas for ORE, you can, if you don't even pass the medical emergency, you are attempted a next attempt. Okay, so you don't fail the exam completely. You can just give the medical emergency as such. Okay, now the good thing about LDS, you're getting a degree along with it. Okay, so it's not just passing an exam, you are getting a degree along it. You have a title that is added along with it. Both ORE and LDS entitles you to practice in UK, but with LDS, you're getting a title along with it. Now, there is a list of books that you need to prepare for it. It is, we will definitely be telling you about the list of books, what materials is needed. Everything will be passed on during this course. Okay, most of them here, there's nothing written. It's all like MCQs. You just need to choose a single best answers, or maybe it will be like extended matching questions, like which we have seen in past tests. Okay, and the topics will be clearly explained. It will be within those topics. Usually out of syllabus never comes, but we have to be up to date with all the guidelines and how the clinics are managed in UK. You need to know what treatment, when do they give, what is the recall period. Everything is very important for those exams. And each time we have to be up to date when we are sending any application, because the good thing about LDS Part 1 is when you're giving the Part 1 exam, it is not necessary you need an IELTS exam. Okay, so if you have recently qualified from a college that has got an English education, okay, so if you can provide, like the last few years you studied from this college and your mode of studying was in English, then you don't need to give an IELTS exam. Whereas if you are giving an ORE exam, you need the IELTS before you can even attempt the exam. Okay. Now, suppose even if you are not based or you have not studied English-based medium, your Part 1 exam you can give without the English or the English exam, without the IELTS exam, and only for the Part 2 they require the IELTS, or the exam is the IELTS figure is required. Or even if you can show them that for this you have educated or passed from an English institute, or if you're from UK, you have worked in a base where you have showed your language skills, then that should help you out. Okay, these are all the things that is required for knowing when you want to prepare for an LDS and ORE. This is the difference. And if there's any questions that you have, definitely you are more than free and welcome to come and ask me. Now, there is a very important certificate that you need to apply that is called the Norwich Certificate. Okay, this can be applied online, and that is a must document before you can apply for this LDS Part 1 application. Okay, then your passport is needed, your final degree certificate you need, and if you have done any name change, those details are required. Okay, and all the originals need to be attested. Okay, and that is how you book the course online. The Part 1 LDS Part 1 exam, you book it online, and then you send all the documents within this many days. They give you like 3-4 days, and within then you send all the documents to them. All right, the main books that is required for this is definitely the Pink Book, Churchill, Master 1 and 2, and then you need ORE. Okay, there are a few chapters in that is required. Okay, then there is the BDA advice sheets. They're very, very important. You have data protection, ethics, infection control. There's quite a lot. There's about 10-15 documents that is required about it. Then there is delivering better oral health. You require a total of 4 months, 4.5 months, okay, if you are dedicated. But if you're working, if you have a lot of other commitments, then it can take longer, okay? But a good read is definitely required before you give the exam, okay? Then the facial muscles, TMJ muscles, they're quite very, very important topics that you require to cover, and which we will take you through in this course. Hope this information helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to get back to us and we will answer it. Thank you. Hello?